Goloka Vrindavan is the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his original threefold bending form of Sri Krishna. There, he engages in loving pastimes with his most intimate devotees. Krishna also presides over all the Vaikuntha planets, but not in his original form. He expands himself into his four-armed form known as Narayan. This is where the wonderful pastimes of Prahlada Maharaj, the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu, begin.
Sometimes the Lord desires to engage in fighting pastimes. Yet here in Vaikuntha, this is not possible, as there are no demons present here. Also, not just any demon could properly challenge our Lord. Maybe if we, as his confidential devotees, could go to the material world, we could help serve in that capacity.
But how can we go to the material world? Once one has attained the abode of Vaikuntha, their body becomes completely spiritual, and this material nature no longer has any influence on them. Therefore, it is impossible to fall from the spiritual world. However, the Supreme Lord does descend there through the arrangement of Yoga Maya.
Yes, maybe she could make arrangements for us to serve in this way. If we are somehow able to make it to the material world, merely pretending to be demons will not do. No, our Lord will be much more pleased if we could actually take birth in the family of Asuras. Now, Vijay, how can we make this so?
With this question, the sons of Lord Brahma, known as the four Kumaras, came to visit Lord Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The four Kumaras were great sages and were always seen traveling together throughout the universes. Although they were many thousands of years old, they appeared as small boys, looking as though they were only 5 or 6 years old. In this way, the four Kumaras came to pay respects to Lord Narayan at his beautiful palace of Touchstone.
Please allow us into the palace. We wish to see Lord Narayan.
Stop! Not just anyone can enter the palace of Lord Narayan. Only those with proper qualification and purity may proceed.
My dear boys, great sages and mystics undergo severe austerities and penance just to catch a glimpse of the feet of Lord Narayan. You boys couldn't have possibly qualified yourselves. Why don't you go home now?
Yes, go home and come back in a few thousand years.
The guards saw only 4 young boys, and not knowing their identities, they refused them entrance. The boys became so angry that they cursed the guards.
Listen, just as we curse you both to be born as demons for 3 lifetimes in the world of birth and death.
Immediately, they were sent down through the 8 layers of material covering, down through false ego, intelligence, and mind. They hurtled through ether, air, fire, water, and earth until they reached the material universe. It was night. The wind was howling, and from the sky torrents of blood and pots were falling. The whole planet shook with earthquakes, causing great cracks to open in the ground. The cause of these severe disturbances? 2 terrible demons had been born. Their names were Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. From their birth, the demonic brothers brought suffering to other living entities and hungered for power. Thus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared in the form of the great boar Varahadev to fight with and annihilate Hiranyaksha. After this, Hiranyakashipu wanted immortality and to become the supreme ruler of the universe in order to avenge his brother's death. In the valley of Mandara Hill, he performed severe austerities for countless centuries. He stood on the tips of his toes, arms outstretched toward the sky. As his power grew, brilliant light and fire spread from his body in all directions. When it seemed as if he would destroy the entire universe, the fearful demigods fled to Lord Brahma. Being the creator of the universe, Lord Brahma seemed to be the demigods' only hope, so they pleaded with him to somehow stop him. Agreeing, Lord Brahma then descended to meet with Hiranyakashipu.
O son of Kashyap Muni, please stand up. I'm astonished by your austerity, by your endeavors. Even though, in spite of your body was eaten by ants and worms, you still continued doing on your endeavors and perfected your austerity. I'm so happy. Even Bhrigu, the great saintly person, and so many saintly persons, they cannot do the austerity the way you have done. And I don't see in future, do you guys see anybody in future doing that kind of austerity? No. I don't see anybody doing that kind of austerity in future ever at all. I am pleased. I am very happy. So, I want to give you a benediction. And you ask for it, and I will try to give it to you, fulfill your desire.
Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord within this universe, Lord Brahma. You, whose mind and intelligence has created this entire cosmic manifestation. You are the origin and master of all living beings. You are beginningless, endless, and beyond all the limits of space and time. My Lord, O best of the giver of benedictions, please grant me my heart's desire, that I may be unkillable and live forever past the death of the stars and all other living beings.
O best among asuras, my dear demon child, I can't grant you this wish. Even though it seems I have infinite life, eternity, but I have a limited lifespan. And one day, you may not believe it, but I will also die. Yeah. So, ask for a wish that I may be able to grant you.
This is quite vexing. Then grant me this, that I may never be killed on the ground or in the sky.
I must comply, yes.
Okay? grant me this, that I may never be killed during the day or during the night.
That's all right.
Then grant me this, that I may never be killed on the inside of any dwelling or the outside.
I understand. Yes.
Then grant me this, that I may never be killed by any weapon, beast, or man.
Yes, I agree.
Then finally, make me the Lord of all living beings, grant me all mystic powers, that I may rule unrivaled throughout the universe.
Hiranyakashipu, you have asked for benediction that is achievable by only rarest of the rarest being. But I must grant you these. I must. So I grant you these benedictions. But understand, beware, be cautioned that these benediction comes with a lot of power. And with a lot of power comes a lot of difficulty. Understand that.
I'm immortal. I'm immortal! Death, hold your portal, for I'm free. I, Hiranyakashipu, am free! And now, everyone worship me.
Hiranyakashipu became the conqueror of the entire universe, including the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. The demigods, led by Lord Indra, became afraid and were unsure how to stop Hiranyakashipu. So they decided to kidnap his pregnant wife, Kayadu. Lord Indra believed that the child within Kayadu's womb would become an even greater demon than his father, so decided to execute him.
Davy, run, they're here!
Come now! Do not fight! We wish you no harm, but have other plans for your unborn son.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Indra, king of the demigods, what are you doing with this chaste lady? She is certainly sinless, and the wife of another. You should not be so cruel in dragging her off in this way. Please, release her.
My dear Narada Muni, please accept my humble obeisances. This chaste lady is carrying within her womb a snake, the son of Hiranyakashipu. If he is allowed to be born, he will destroy the entire universe. Therefore, let her remain in our custody until the child is born, and then we will return her unharmed.
No. The child within her womb is actually a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Even if you tried, the Supreme Lord would never allow any harm to come to this devotee of his. Release her and peacefully be on your way. My dear child, please come with me to my ashram. There you will be safe until the arrival of your husband.
Although Prahlad Maharaj was born in a family of asuras, he himself was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Unlike the other asuras, he was never envious of the Vaishnavas, never became agitated, and was not at all interested in material enjoyment. He was in all ways an ideal son, unless, of course, your name happened to be Hiranyakashipu.
Ah, my dearest Prahlad, you are my favorite son, and I want the very best for you. You will one day inherit all of my wealth and power, which is unmatched throughout the universe. But first, you shall receive the finest education. You will learn the art of amassing mountains of gold and the sensual art of attracting the most beautiful ladies. Well, perhaps you are a bit young for such conversation, but heed me, Prahlad. You will be successful in this life, just like your father, Hiranyakashipu. Now tell me, what is it that you're learning in school these days?
Tat sarumanya saravaradeinam sarasamudvigna dema sarkarhat hitvatma patam griham annakupam vanam gato yarare mashayate. In this material world, the ultimate goal of human life is to not be so attached to your material world. You have to not be so attached to your you have to give up all of these things and take shelter of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Thus is the intelligence of a child, ruined by the words of my enemies. Guards, make sure my son's school is better protected. I want no further influence of the Vaishnavas to ruin his good intelligence.
Dearest Prahlad, all peace and good fortune unto you. You are not like these other children, no. You have been speaking in a deviant way. So I will insist that you do not lie when I ask you this question. Where have you heard this treacherous instruction?
Yes, Prahlad, best son of your family. Tell us the truth, for we are your teachers and are eager to correct your thinking. How has the enemy polluted your ideas?
Sayaranuvrata pumsam pashubuddhir vipedyate anya shatatanyoham iti veda katashati. Let me first offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, whose illusory energy has deluded the mind into seeing a distinction between my friend and my enemy. When one's devotion becomes fixed, their vision becomes clear. We then see that every one of us is an eternal servant of God. Therefore, we have no enemies. O teachers, as iron is attracted to a magnet, my mind is always attracted to the Supreme Lord. Thus my consciousness is only being changed by His divine will.
Really? What? had no idea what that meant. Amarka, bring me my stick! This Prahlad is ruining our names and reputation! If we allow this to continue, he will become a cinder in the dynasty of demons. We must correct his mind at all costs.
Yes, this Prahlad has appeared like a thorn tree in a forest of sandalwood. We must double our efforts to teach him the right paths of religion, the encyclopedia of economic growth, and the science of sense gratification.
Yes.
After some time, the teachers Sanda and Amarka thought Prahlad Maharaj was sufficiently educated. They first brought him to his mother, where she personally groomed him and decorated his body with extravagant ornaments. They then presented him with great pride before his father, Hiranyakashipu.
Ah, Prahlad, come, sit with me. I hear that you've been getting a little extra instruction in school these days. Now that you've had a little more time to learn from your teachers, tell me what good things they are teaching you.
Oh, for most of the antagonists, I have not learned anything good from my teachers. They only teach me how to lie and cheat for material gain.
Oh, sounds like a well-rounded education to me. Every young man needs to learn how to bend to the rules a little. But seriously, Prahlad, tell me the essence of the instructions you're gaining from them.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Parasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Hearing, chanting, remembering, and serving the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, and paraphernalia, pastimes of Lord Krishna is considered pure devotional service. One who dedicates his life to these 9 methods is considered the most learned person with complete knowledge.
What? Sanda, you vile son of a Brahmin! Are you teaching my son about devotional service? Come here so I may remove your head from your body.
Oh, please, King. Best of the demons, enemy of Indra. We would never teach such garbage to anybody, especially your dearest son.
Please have mercy on us.
You two, leave my sight. Prahlad, you rascal. If you've not learned these things from your teacher, then where have you learned it?
I've learned it from the Supreme Lord himself, but you could not know.
I could not know?
For you are determined to be envious of Krishna, even with great effort. You could not understand.
I could not understand?
Because you are too attached to your quest for vengeance.
Too attached?
To know Krishna, you must give everything to Krishna. And then he will reveal himself.
Reveal himself? To me, Hiranyakashipu? I've waited for him to reveal himself, but he is afraid. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I'm the most powerful being in this universe, and don't you forget that! This Supreme Personality has taken the life of my brother. And now, it seems as if he's taken the mind of my dearest son. You are like a diseased limb, and though it pains me to do so, you must be cut off. Guards, take this insolent boy to my cannibal friends. Then we will see if this god protects you, Prahlad.
Woo!
Hiranyakashipu chose to kill his once favorite son. So they took Prahlad into a circle of demons, wild cannibals relishing tender flesh. But Prahlad was fully surrendered and considered the Lord to be his protector in all circumstances. Having full faith in the Lord, Prahlad was completely undisturbed as he chanted the holy names.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Yes,
Rama,
hit
Hare
him.
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Eat him up.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
What are you doing?
Hare Rama, Hare.
I said eat him.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
I see you're not hungry, my friends. Perhaps Prahlad needs a little bit of cooking. Yes. Guards, throw him into the boiling oil. Yes. Boil, Prahlad. Boil until you are tender enough to eat. Boil. Why aren't you boiling? This is not working. Perhaps you'd like to freeze, Prahlad. Do you like the cold air? Take him to the highest mountaintop. Yes. Oh, he'll be cold, that's for sure. And then he'll die. That's what I want. Wait. Why isn't he freezing? Why? I know. Perhaps poison will work. Throw him into the pit of snakes. Then he'll be dead. And I'll be happy.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Fight him!
Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Sting that insolent boy!
Hare Rama, Hare.
Guards! Throw him before my fiercest elephant! Yes! Stop him! Squish him good!
But Krishna was in the heart of the elephant and instructed it to lift Prahlad high into the air like a glorious prize.
What are you doing? No! No! Stop this! No! Bad elephant! Knock it off!
Hiranyakashipu could not kill his son, no matter how hard he tried. When Hiranyakashipu realized he could not harm Prahlad in any way,
Not even my elephant?
his heart began to fill with fear. Hiranyakashipu was livid and sat in shock like a statue.
Oh, Lord. What has happened? We know that just by simply moving your eyebrows, you instill fear in the greatest of your enemies. Without any assistance, you conquer the 3 worlds. There is no one your equal. So we do not see any reason for you to be morose.
As for Prahlad, he is but a child, and his good and bad qualities can change, and therefore have no lasting value.
Yes, let us bring him back to our school, and with some time, I promise you, his intelligence will surely change.
He don't know because he will take away, so he's taking away.
Today, boys, we will be learning the goal of life. And the goal of life is to please Hiranyakashipu. Does anyone know what Hiranya means? You.
Gold.
Excellent. Yes, gold. Hiranya means gold. And we all want more gold, yes?
Yes!
The more gold we have, the happier we'll be, yes?
Yes!
And does anybody know what Kashipu means?
Soft bed.
Excellent. One must learn to enjoy life as much as possible with beautiful women, tasty foods, and soft beds.
And one must remember who the enemy is. The enemy is anyone who worships Krishna. Yes, it is our moral duty to smash and kill the devotees of Krishna.
Yay!
All right, boys, let us review what we have learned today.
To accumulate,
Horns of gold.
Excellent. To sleep on
Soft bed.
and to attract.
Beautiful women.
and to kill,
Followers of Krishna.
Excellent.
we will make proper demons out of you yet. Now it's time for lunch, so don't forget to enjoy.
Yes, enjoy.
My dear friends, please listen. The human form of life affords us a rare chance to break the binds of this repeated cycle of birth and death. To do so, we need to acquire a devotional relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. I know we were born in families of demons, and I know we are being taught only to enjoy this life. But please consider this. How long can you live? 100 years? The first 20 are wasted playing sports. The middle 40 are spent in family life and all of its entanglements. And the last 40, our body and mind are wasting away. And at that point, how can we start to break the binds of this material world? And at the time of death, you will be lost and your destination unknown. Etavaniva lokesmin pumsa svarta prasmita ekanta bhakti govinde yat sarvata tarekshanam. In this material world, the ultimate goal of human life is to render service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, the cause of all causes, and to see Him everywhere. It is so easy. Just by chanting the holy names, you'll become purified. Chant with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Stop this noise! Prahlad, you have been warned. We will take you to your father, and he will not be pleased.
No, hey, I told you multiple times now. No, Piggy. Thank you, Lord Krishna. It's not Lord Krishna. Hey, knock it off. It's not a joke. I'm good.
lord. We have done everything we could.
I'm afraid he's hopeless.
Prahlad. Prahlad, you vile, insolent boy. You have betrayed your family and are therefore the lowest of mankind. You have worshipped a supreme being other than me. A supreme being that you claim is all-powerful and all-pervading. Everywhere. Protector of everyone. But if he's everywhere in the universe, is he in my pillar?
Yes, Father. He's everywhere.
Then after I smash this pillar, I'm gonna come back and smash your head with my bare hands. Guards! Get him! No! What are you doing? Get him! I will handle this myself! No! Help me! What are you doing? Help me! No! What are you doing? No!
Oh, how? Look how wonderful my Lord is. He has made all the arrangements to keep the boon that I've given to Hiranyakashipu intact. Hiranyakashipu asked that he should not be killed in the land or in the sky. And the Lord took him upon his lap. Hiranyakashipu, he asked not to be killed during the daylight or day or at night. The Lord appeared during the twilight. Hiranyakashipu, he asked that he should not be killed by a weapon. And the Lord, he used his fingernail, the transcendental nails, to kill apart Hiranyakashipu. So beautiful. And the Lord, Hiranyakashipu said that I should not be killed by a man or by an animal. So the Lord appeared as half human and half lion. Narsingh Bhagwan ki! Narsingh Bhagwan ki! Narsingh Bhagwan ki!
Even I, Lakshmi Devi, the companion of Lord Narayan, could not pacify Lord Nrsingadev in his righteous anger. Who can? The demigods headed by Lord Brahma cannot pacify him. Maybe this boy Prahlad can calm him, as he seems unafraid of the Lord's fearsome form. Prahlad, please pacify the anger of Lord Nrsingadev.
O unconquerable Supreme Lord, I am certainly not afraid of your fear-inspiring form, for I know the love you have for all your devotees. The only thing I fear are the bindings of this material world, which can be broken simply if you allow me to take shelter of your divine lotus feet.
Oh, my dear Prahlada, you are the most gentle and best of the Asuras. I'm so very pleased with you. Although it is my duty to fulfill the needs of all the living entities, it is my great pleasure to fulfill the desires of my devotee. Therefore, I want you to spend the rest of your life enjoying all the opulences of your father's kingdom. Please, listen to this instruction, but always immerse your mind in thoughts of me.
O Supreme Lord, please do not tempt me with these illusory material gifts, for I know the love you have for all your devotees. I ask you for only one benediction. Please forgive my father for all his countless sinful activities. He was a terrible demon, and if there is mercy for even him, you give hope to all living entities.
Oh, my dear Prahlada, you understand so well. Not only is your father liberated, but because you are born in this family, your entire dynasty is purified. In fact, wherever my devotees perform service to me, they will be purified, despite the circumstances of their birth. Those who follow your example, they will naturally become my pure devotee. And everyone should hear these pastimes, and they will be purified simply from hearing from the proper source.
Shri Narasimhadev Bhagavan ki Jai! Maharaj ki Jai! Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Lada Daine, Prahlada Daine, Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha, Ashilatankana Khalaye, Ito Nisingha Parato Nisingho, Yato Yato Yamitato Nisingha, Mahir Nisingho Hridaye Nisingho, Narasimhamadin Sharanam Prapadye, Tavakara Kamala Vare Natha Madhuta Singha, Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa, Keshavadita Narahari Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Prahlad Maharaj ki
Hare Krishna. Very good drama play. Very good. Very good. On behalf of Gurudev Sangha, first I thank to the director of this drama, Golok Prabhu. Best player of this drama, Prahlada, Nadia. Daughter of Kanupriya and Golok, granddaughter of Manju Vasini and Nandagopal Prabhu. I recognize all the drama player, but I don't know who is the Nisinghadev. I could not recognize. Who? Oh, Atula. Oh. And after that, four Kumars. Their drama play very nice. Four Kumars. Very good. And Sanda and Amarka, Malini and Nayan. Sanda did very good job. All are doing very good. And Brahma mind became pale. What can I do? Brahma also did good. I am requesting Golok Prabhu for next drama to do some correction. When Brahmaji give benediction, then Hiranyakashipu asked benediction, I should not die any creator created by you, because he thought only Brahma creator. I will come. And he told, I will not die any month and not year. So Gurudev told us leap year means Hiranyakashipu killed by Nisinghadev at Purushottam month. That is not coming in within 12 months. Another thing you have to correct there, when the Sunday and Amarka went for lunch, and they have to tell now Prahlada is monitor the class. Prahlada is the first monitor in the whole world. This monitoring system come from India, not from Western brain. Another thing, it will be better if you want to make it more attractive. When Hiranyakashipu on your Hiranyakashipu lap of Nisinghadev, the Nisinghadev want to tear his intestine. Hang on, man, hang on. What happened? I will not die any creature created by Brahma. Gentlemen, look, I am the father of Brahma. Brahma not create me, I create Brahma. Really? They will be surprised. Again, hang on, man. I will not die the day or night. That's all right. This is twilight, neither day or night. Again, want to take, hang on, man. What? I will not die either earth on the sky. Gentlemen, look carefully. You are on my lap. Neither ground or on the sky. Again, hang on. What? I have more benediction. You could not kill me. What? I should not die in the inside room or outside room. Gentlemen, I in the doorway, neither inside or outside. But if you join all this, you will be more attractive. I pray to Gurudev to thank you all, to bless his mercy, that you will approach and progress in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.